What's up YouTube, it's me DB back with you for another awesome Yu-Gi-Oh video. Tonight I'm going to be doing a deck profile on my Chaos Hero deck for you all. So without further ado, let's get started. So basically the key to this deck is to summon out your fusion monsters or extra deck type of monsters so that you can use the fusion summon into the elemental heroes. That'll be Elemental Hero, Absolute Zero, Elemental Hero The Shining, key cards like that. Alright, so, I do have a lot of light and dark monsters to help with the summonings of The Shining and Escarado too, Elemental Hero Escarado. So first of all, I start off with Dawn Knight. I have a couple of him there too, so I'll find you the other one. It is a really good effect. If this card goes to the deck to the graveyard, place a light monster on the from your graveyard to the top of your deck, so kind of like Monster Reborn. And this card, you can also send one light monster from your deck to the graveyard, which is basically why I have this card in here. So, Photon Thrasher is also next. The thing is, this can only be summoned if you don't have any monsters. And you can only attack with it if you don't have any monsters other than Photon Thrasher. So here's the second Dawn Knight. We have Elemental Hero Neos Alias. I usually use that just for light fodder for The Shining. And plus it has the Elemental Hero name in it, so it also works out for the other side. I have 3 of him. I can also use it as an Elemental Hero Neos if I wanted to as well. We also have Summoner Monk. And of course, when this card is normal flipped, you can discard 1 spell card, special summon 1 level 4 monster from your deck. It also works well with easy level 4 Xyz monsters. We also have an Honest tier 2. You can send this card from your hand to the graveyard if you have a light monster that is battling like a stronger monster, and this card helps you gain attack points. Hopefully it'll be enough to defeat the other monster. So you have Odd Eyes Dragon. I like this card's effect, allowing you not only to inflict damage to your opponent equal to the difference between this card's attack points and your opponent's monster's attack points. They also get added the attack points, half the attack points of their opponent's monster also gets added to that damage as well. So we have an Effect Veiler, which basically stops an effect monster's effect. 2 Chaos Sorcerers. Again, this card must be special summoned by sending 1 light and 1 dark monster from your graveyard. You can banish those and pop this guy out. And then you can banish a 1 face-up monster on the field. And if you do that, the card cannot attack. So definitely a useful effect, even though it can't attack if you use it. We have, see, there's 2 of them here I have. Destiny Hero Malicious. You can banish this card from your graveyard, special summon another one, which I have a second one here. Also very useful. Plague Spreader Zombie is a tuner monster. You can special summon this card if you send 1 card from your hand to the top of your deck. And also it gets banished though if it leaves the field. And Blackluster Soldier Envoy at the beginning. Again, you have to special summon this card by banishing 1 light and 1 dark monster from your graveyard. You can then target 1 monster in the field and banish it face up. Pretty easy for your opponent. Well, pretty easy for you against your opponent. And if this attacking card destroys one of your opponent's monsters, you can make another attack in a row. So, if you destroy the only monster your opponent has on the field, you can also make a direct attack and do some serious damage with that. My next is the spell cards, and I do have some cards that utilize banished monsters. Show you guys in just a second. But first, I have the basic spell card, Mystical Space Typhoon. You can flip this up just like a trap card, and automatically destroys one of your opponent's spell or sword traps I run 3 of these, so I have Fusion Gate. You can use this instead of polymerization, but the fusion materials, I believe, are banished instead. But like I said, I do have a card that uses those banished monsters. That way you can also special summon a fusion monster, just like the Shining or Escarado or anything like that. I have 2 reinforcements of the army. I'm looking to get a 3rd. This one can let you add a warrior type monster from your deck to your hand. Also very easy to help you pull off some of those fusion combos with this deck. I have Pot of Duality. It's kind of like the filler until I can get the 3rd reinforcement of the army right now. I do have a regular polymerization. I believe everybody knows what that does, but just in case you don't, you can use this card to fuse any 2 monsters. Either you can do 1 monster from your field or 1 from your hand, both on the field or both on the hand, or many more if it requires 3 or more. And you can special summon a fusion type monster. I have 2 supply squads. Allows me to draw a card if one of my monsters get destroyed. Good hand advantage card there. And Soul Charge, kind of like the Monster Reborn, except you lose 1,000 life points for each monster that you wanted to special summon from your graveyard to the field. It's, I guess it's an okay cost to do that, but it definitely allows you to set up your Xyz or Fusions or even Synchros. Dark Hole. You basically clear out all the field, destroy everything. A super polymerization. This card's like a regular polymerization, except that instead of using the option of using the cards in your hand, you can instead use the cards on your opponent's side of the field to make your fusion monster. I still think this should be at 1, because it's a very good card to stop whatever your opponent was trying to plan to throw at you. Now let me know in the comments below if you guys want to see it forbidden or not. Parallel World Fusion. This is the card I was talking about. And this card allows you to special summon an Elemental Hero Fusion type monster with the cards, the monsters that you have already banished. So definitely a great card. What you can do is you can shuffle the banished monsters into the deck, then special summon the Elemental Hero type fusion monster. Let's say if I have 1 dark and one of my Elemental Hero Neos already banished, I can shuffle them back into the deck, and I can special summon Elemental Hero Escarado, which requires a dark monster and an Elemental Hero. So very, very useful card. This is the card I was talking about that uses the advantage of banished monsters. Not only do you get them back, you can also summon a pretty cool fusion monster. Alright, so I have 2 Miracle Fusions, which allow you to, again, fusion summon in a different way. This time, these 2 cards allow you to fusion summon using monsters into your graveyard in order to pull it out. And also, again, if you can use it to pull out an Elemental Hero type fusion monster. I have Summon Breaker. This card is like a shutdown card against decks that can special summon 3 or more times. Because this card, when this is in play, on the 3rd special summon of the player's turn, either yours or your opponent's, the turn ends. That's simple as that. So it's a very, very good card to use, I guess, against decks like Light Swords, or maybe decks such like that will allow you to special summon at least 3 more times. I wouldn't recommend it in a deck just like that, though, because it also affects you. If you special summon at least 3 more times, your turn is over as well. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword. Alright. And here are my remaining MSTs. That's what we call Mystical Space Typhoon. Alright, so for the trap cards, very useful traps here. We have Solemn Warning. You have to pay 2,000 light points in order to activate this card, but if you do, it could be worth it there too, especially on the timing of when you play this card. That way you can stop either a summoning of a monster or the activation of a card's effect, including a monster. 2,000 light points might be a bit hefty, but it might be worth it too. Alright. Next is Torrential Tribute. Kind of like a mirror force, almost, when a monster is special summon, anyway. You can activate this and destroy everything. You also have a compulsory evacuation device that again stops a monster summoning, but instead of sending it to the graveyard, it sends it right back to your opponent's hand. Really useful against those cards that are level 5 or higher, too. Bottomless Trap Hole. Destroys a monster with 1,500 or more attack points and removes it from play, too. I have 2 wiretaps, which basically stop the activation of a trap card and sends that trap card back to the opponent's decks instead of to their graveyards. A Mirror Force basically wipes out everything when the opponent's monster attacks, so you can just spring this one, and then all of their opponent's monsters in attack position go straight to the graveyard. Very, very useful card if you don't have any monsters to defend yourself with. I have 2 Call the Haunted. See right here, it's kind of like a trap card version of Monster Reborn. But the only catch that is that this card must stay on the field in order for you to continue to use that monster. And if this card or that monster is destroyed, both cards are put to the graveyard. See, I have 2 here. And 2-dimensional prisons, which banish an attacking monster. Pretty useful. So we have some trap cards here that can help you banish some attacking monsters. So I'm going to skip the side deck for now. If you guys want me to show it, then let me know and I'll show it in a separate video. I'm going to go straight to the extra deck. Alright, so first off, I have Evil Swarm Exciton Knight. I'll show it to you guys in just a moment. If if your opponent has more total cards in their hand and on the field than you do, you can detach 1 piece of Exceed material from this card and wipe out everything but itself. Unfortunately, the drawback is this card cannot attack until at least the next turn if you did that. But still, it could stop an opponent's plan or opponent's strategy with that. Right, it's a very useful and very popular card, too. We have Castile, the Skyblaster Musketeer. Hang on, I'll show it to you in just a second. Then you can detach 1 piece of material and switch a monster into defense position, or detach 2 pieces of material to get rid of a card entirely with this card. Also makes it very useful. We have Gagaga Cowboy. If you have this card in attack position, it gains 1,000 points of attack, and the opponent's monster loses 500 attack points, so could be useful against some of those heavy hitters. And in defensive position, you could use this card's effect to do 800 points of damage to your opponent. We have one of the key elemental heroes, Elemental Hero Absolute Zero. This card will gain 500 extra attack points for each face-up water monster on the field except itself. Let me just show you guys right here. And when this card is removed from the field, destroy all monsters your opponent controls. So, very devastating, a very handy effect to have with this guy. So I have Elemental Hero Shining Flare Wingman. It kind of does what the Elemental Hero Flame Wingman does, and in which if you destroy destroy an opponent's monster, not only do you do the difference between the attack points of both monsters as damage, you can also do the opponent's monster's attack points as damage as well. Although I think might get rid of him and fill him in with number 101, Silent Honor Arc. As soon as I get that card, of course. Number 50, Black Ship of Corn from the manga. You can detach one card from one piece of Xyz material from this and use it against your opponent to attack mode monster, who may have equal or less to the attack points of this card. Use it, destroy it, and then you inflict 1,000 points of damage to your opponent. This card can't attack if you do that, but still get to inflict some damage. Pretty nice. We have Elemental Hero Nova Master. If this card does destroy a opponent's monster, you get to draw a card. So I have a few cards here in the deck that allow me to draw a card. This one, if this card does the destroying, I get to draw one. The supply squad cards, if my monsters get destroyed, I get to draw a card. Bullies are the Diabolic Dragons. It's one of the best synchro monsters ever made. It's 3,000 attack points, it can't be destroyed, and even if you face a more powerful monster, you still get hit with some damage. But also, that damage will get added onto this guy, making him even more powerful. He's one of the best synchro monsters ever made. Lavalval Chain. You can either send one card from your deck to the graveyard to set up things like Miracle Fusion, or you can choose one monster in your deck and place it on top of your deck, though with this card. Also makes a good fire fodder for the Elemental Hero Nova Master. I do have my Elemental Hero The Shinings. I got 2 of them. And this card gains 300 attack points for each of your banned Elemental Hero monsters. And when this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add 2 of those banned monsters and to your hand. So, pretty handy card right there, too. I have the Elemental Hero Escarado. Again, this card also gains attack points from other elemental heroes that are not on the field. This one gains 100 attack points for each elemental hero in your graveyard. So if you play them right, you can bulk up their attack points and make them tough to destroy. Elemental Hero Great Tornado, I like this guy's effect. There he is. Is that when you successfully fusion summon him, you can have the attack points of all of your opponent's monsters on the very same turn. Only lasts for that one turn, so you might want to make it count. And attack, especially if you have other monsters you can attack with. Blade Armor Ninja. It's another win card to help make a Great Tornado. And when you use a piece of material from this card, you can target one face-up ninja monster, including this guy, and he can attack twice. So, pretty cool. Last card in the deck is Elemental Hero Gaia. And again, this guy can cut a monster's attack points in half, only one though, and those extra attack points will automatically go to Gaia, so he can make him stronger than possibly some of the strongest monsters in the game right now. So that's why he's a very handy card to have in this type of deck. So there you go there, folks. Let me know in the comments below how you like the deck. What do you think I need to change? What card do you like the most about in the deck? And I'll catch you guys next time. And I'll see you later. Bye.